Hi students, welcome back to today's class. Now we are going to see the topic name called a lists. Okay, so this is one of the chapter in your Python programming. So what is meant by list? Like a string, list is also a sequence data type. So sequence of elements we can store in the list. So but list will have any number of elements and also any type of elements also it can hold. Okay, so it is an ordered set of elements, values enclosed in square brackets. So always this square brackets, inside the square brackets only list elements can be placed. Okay, and values in the list can be modified. Okay, we can modify the values which are placed inside the list, but in string we cannot modify because it is a immutable type. So values in the list can be modified, we can change the value in its place. Okay, so that is why it is called as mutable. Okay, mutable means we can change the value in the place. Okay, so as it is a set of values, we can use the index in square brackets to identify the value belonging to it. So whatever values we want to refer from the list, we need to use index value, that is address, starting location, or reference to the value, that is only known as index. Okay, so it will start from 0 and then 1, 2, 3, like that it will be go on, if we are not mentioning the index value. Okay, so as it is a set of values, we can use index in square brackets to identify the value belonging to it. The values that make up a list are called its elements. So whatever values we are placing inside that square bracket, no, that is known as elements. And they can be of any type. As I said earlier, it can have ordered set of values, and the values maybe belongs to any type also. Okay, we will see the example for this explanation. Okay, we can also say that list data type is a container that holds a number of elements in a given order. Okay, so for accessing an element of the list, indexing is used. So for what is meant by accessing? Accessing means if you want to perform a read operation, or if you want to perform write operation, or any changes if you want to make. Okay, that is only known as accessing. So if you want to accessing an element means what? The values which are placed inside the list. Okay, so for accessing an element of the list, indexing is used. So without the index of that value, that is the address or reference of that value, we cannot read any value from the list. Okay, so we need to have the index. So example we will see variable name, that is list name. Okay, so syntax is list name. Inside the square bracket, we need to give the index in order to access the element. Okay, so variable name is the name of the list or list name. It will provide the value at index plus 1. So whatever index we are giving, if you give 0, so in first position which value is there, that value will get returned. Okay, that's why it is given as index plus 1. So if you are giving index value as 0 means the element of the list will be first element. Okay, if you are giving index value as 1 means element will be second element. Okay, and as we saw in strings, no, in the same manner only index values are going to be used in order to access the element in the list. Okay, so list can have integer numbers, floating point values, string values, and it can have another list also. Okay, so like that, tuples also we can place inside the list. Okay, so if you have index value as 0 or minus size means what? If you have n number of elements in the list, okay, so minus n, if it is minus n, okay, that is referring the first element only. Okay, so negative value, negative size if you are giving, that will be indicating the first element of the list only. Okay, then minus size plus 1 also will be giving second element. Okay, so like that we can use the index value in order to refer the element in the list. Okay, so index here has to be an integer value. So whatever index we are giving, index value we are giving here, that should be an integer value. Okay, which can be positive or negative. We can give negative value also, we can give positive value also, but it should be an integer. The positive value of index means counting forward from the beginning of the list. Negative value means counting backward. Okay, so from backward it is first. Okay, and remember, the result of indexing a list is the value of type accessed from the list. Okay, so the result of indexing a list is the value of the type accessed from the list. So which value we are accessing, that value we will obtain. So the same type we will get it. Okay, so please note that in the above example, size is the total number of elements in the list. So number of elements in the list only is mentioned here as size. Okay, let's look at some examples of the simple lists. Okay, so now we have list. that is variable name L1 is equal to, okay. So the previous syntax what we have seen is for accessing an element in the list, okay. So variable name of index, but here for a list, that is variable name is equal to inside the square bracket, if you are passing an integer element like 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, so 1 is now placed at index value 0, 2 is placed at index value 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3 are the index values for referring these integer elements 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So if you give 0 as index, so what is the position of the element? First position. So the element which is placed at the first position in the list will get retrieved. Okay. We can read from the first location if you give index as 0 means. Okay. So here this list L1 is having list of how many elements? 4 integer elements. Now we have another list L2. It is having a list of 3 string elements. Okay, so strings are always given within single quotes. So why we are giving single quotes or double quotes? We need to, in order to represent that the starting of the string and to ending of the string only, we need to give the double quotes. Okay, so because string may have one character or more than one character also. Okay, so Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai, everything is separated by comma, and all these strings values are enclosed within the double quotes. So list of 3 string elements, and this is an empty list. If you are not passing any value to the list, you can simply use the opening square bracket and closing square bracket. Inside nothing we should give. Okay, so L3 is equal to opening and closing square bracket. This is an empty list with no elements. Okay, now L4. So L4 is having different types of elements. As I discussed in the first paragraph, it can have any type of value. Okay, so it has now a number of elements. That elements can be of any type. So for that, this example we can see. So first element is belongs to string. Okay, and second and third are integer elements. So we can have a different type of elements also inside the list. Okay. And one more thing, a list will contain another list also, that is known as nested list. So L5 is a list which is having another list that is enclosed inside the square bracket. So 1 comma 2 and 6 7 8 is the another list. 1 2 3 and all integer values. So it is also a mixed data type only. So list data type, integer data type elements are inside the list L5. Okay, so you will study about the nested list in the later part of this chapter. To change the value of element in the list, so we have seen that we can change the value because list is a mutable type, so we can change the value in its place. Okay, so to change the value of the element in the list, we access the element and assign the new value. So first we need to get the element. Okay, so which location it is there. So using index we can get the element and we can place the new value in that index. Okay, so print L1. Let's get the values of list before we change. Okay, so we are printing the list of elements which are placed in L1. So L1 is having what? 1 2 3 4. Now I am giving L1 of 2. So what is L1 of 2? L1 of 0 1 2. 2 is 3, element 3. Okay, so 3 is now it is changed as 5. So in the 3's place, which value is going to be placed? 5. So that's why we are placing 5 here, and we are printing the L1. So modified list. This is already existing list is going to be printed like 1 2 3 4 only. And after changes now, we have changed the value in the place. Okay. So L1 of 2 got changed. So the value will be 1254. Okay. So the 3 is now changed as 5. So here the third element. So 2 means what? 0, 1, 2. Third element. Okay. If you count 0, 1, 2, how many element we are having? Third. So third element of the list accessed using index value 2 is given a new value, that is 5. So instead of 3, it will be changed as 5. So state diagram for the list looks like following. Okay. So list will be having 0th index, first element, that is 1. First index we have number 2, that is second position, and second index will be having third position value, and third index will be having fourth position value. Like that, L2 also 0th index we have Delhi, and first index we have Chennai, second index we have the Mumbai, and list 3 is empty, so that it is not having anything. So note, list index works the same way as string index. So list index and string index both are working in the same way only, and integer value only it is having, or expression, it can be used as an index. Like 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, like that also we can do inside the square bracket in order to access the element. An index error appears if you try or access the element that does not exist in the list. Okay, for example, if you have only totally 5 elements in the list, but if you are giving the index value as, okay, so totally 5 elements means up to 4 only we can give as index value. Yes. So after 4, if you give 5, okay, totally only 5 elements we have there, but if we give the index value as 5 means it will indicate index error, or it will show that error. Okay, so an index can have negative value. In that case, counting happens from the end of the list. So these are the things we need to remember here. So index can have a negative value also. If you represent minus 5, minus 5 means totally 6 elements. If it is there in the list, that sixth element will get displayed. Okay, so minus 5 means that the last element in the list which has 6 elements, no? So sixth position element will get displayed. So that is the use of this negative value. So from backward, like a string, from backward the values will get printed, okay, from the list. So next is creating a list. So list can be created in many ways. We need to remember all these steps, how and all we can create the list. First one is using enclosing elements in square bracket, as we have done in the previous examples. Above examples, L1 is equal to within square bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, like that we have given a list one now. So using other list. So other list also can be assigned to new list. Okay. So L5 now it is assigned with L1. So if you are not mentioning colon before any element and colon after any element, what will be assigned to L5? All the elements which are there in the L1 will get assigned to L5. You should not give only L1 square bracket and closing, opening and closing square bracket. You should use colon also. If you use colon only, whatever elements are there from the beginning of the list L1 and to end of the list L1 will get assigned to, that is copy of this L1 will get assigned to L5. That is the meaning of this statement. Here L5 is created as a copy of L1. So if you are printing L5, so what will be printed? Whatever elements we have seen in the L1, everything will get printed for L5. So now for L6, you are going to assign only 0, 1, 2 elements alone. So the position from 0 and position that is the index 0, index 1. First and second elements from the list 1 is going to be assigned for L6. If you print L6, only the first 2 elements of L1 will get printed. That is 1, 2 alone will get printed. Okay. So we will create L6 having first 2 elements of L1. Okay. Now list comprehension is the other method. So first method is we can pass the elements inside the square bracket for a list. That is the first method. As we have seen already, no? See here. L1 is equal to like this. If you are assigning, that is the first method. Second method, passing a copy of another, that is making a copy of another list to new list. Okay, so we can create a copy of L1 for L5. And next is list comprehension. That is, we can mention the number of elements in the list first. Okay, so n is equal to 5, and then L is equal to, that is length is equal to range of n. Okay, so that is list we are creating here, range of n. Range of n means from 0 to up to 4 it will be taking. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 will get printed here. So the like that L is getting printed now. So L is the list here, small l. L is equal to range of n. If you give, that is only known as list comprehension. Okay, range of n. Range of n means starting from 0th element to n element. So up to 5. Not, it will not go up to 5. It will be less than 5, so that it will go up to 4. Okay. So if you create a list in this manner, this is known as list comprehension list. Okay. So list comprehension method, we can create a list like this. So if you are printing L, so L will have the values from what? From starting from 0 to 4. Okay. So we know that range function will display, if you are not mentioning the start value and stop value, step value, defaultly step value will be 1 and start value will be 0, and n we should give compulsorily because it is the stop value. So it will not go up to stop. So stop minus 1, that is 5 minus 1, 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to the values will be assigned to this list L, small l. Okay. Next is another example for this list comprehension. S is equal to x power 2. So x double star means what? X power 2. For loop we have studied, no? So x power 2 inside the square bracket you need to write. So this s is the actually list name only. Okay. So s is equal to x power 2 for x in range. So if you give the value for x only, x power 2 will be performed, and that will be created as a list. Okay. So x power 2 for x in range of 10. That means 0 from 10, 0 from 0 up to 9, the values will be taken. So like how we have seen range function here, no? 0 to up to 5, that is not, it will not go up to 5, it will be less than 5, that is 4. Up to 4 it went, no? Same like 0 to 9 it will go. Okay, so 0 power square is what? 0 only. 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16. Like that it will go on up to 9. So now what is the 9 square value? 9 power 2 is 81. That is 9 into 9 will be 81. So like this the list will get created if you are printing the list. Yes. Okay. So this is the method. Another that is comprehension only, list comprehension method. So next is also the same like list comprehension only. So in mathematical terms, S can be defined as. So in max formula and all, how we will write this S? S is equal to within phrases. Okay. X square for colon in 0 comma 0 up to 9, like that we will write now. This is the mathematical term. So we can say that list comprehension is a shorthand for creating a list. So it is a shorthand for creating a list. Okay. Next is now A is assigned with one list of values, that is 3 comma 4 comma 5. Now this um, value star 3 for value in A, that means whatever value we are having in A, that is going to be multiplied with 3. So for that for loop we have used. Okay, this is also another list comprehension method. So what will be the value of this for B, for list B? So from A we are creating list B using this list comprehension method. So value into 3 for value in A. So from starting index it will start. So what is the starting index? Whenever it's the Python interpreter sees this statement for value in A. So value means here in 0th index, what is the first value? 3. So 3 into 3, 9. So B will be having first element as 9. Next, value in A, that is after 0, it will be moving on to second, that is index 1, that is second position element, 4. So 4 into 3, 12. Next, 5 into 3, 15. So like that, new list will be created for B. Okay. So here B will be created with the help of A, and its each element will be thrice of the element A. Okay, thrice of the 3 times the element of A, only the element of B. Okay. Comprehensions are functionally equivalent to writing as. So like this also we can write. Okay, the above said list, know how we have created, we can create in this manner also. It is also equivalent to this answer only. So B is equal to empty list. Okay, for I in A, for I in A means what? In A, whatever elements are there from starting index 0, so I indicating the index here. Okay, so for I in A, that means starting from 0 up to 3 it will go, 0 1 2, up to 2 it will go. Okay, only 3 elements are there, no? So 0 to 2. B dot append I star 3, that means list is now empty, B is empty. Now with this empty list we are going to append, that is add the elements at the end, add the elements at the end. That is the use of append function. So using this append function, see here it is function name, so that it is having a opening and closing parenthesis. Okay, so with the list B, this how we have created this, it is equivalent to this also. Okay, that means in this manner also we can create, we can get the same list. So B is now initially assigned as empty list for I in A, that means index value in A. So in A, what is the first index? 0. So 0th position element is 3. So 3 into 3 is what? So I is indicating now 0. Okay. For loop automatically it will be going from starting to ending only, no? So ending here is A. So in list A, what is the end element? End element is in second index, 0 1 2, second index. Up to second index, this process, this for loop will continue. Okay, When it reaching this end of list, it will be stopping its process. Then it will be displaying. If you display the value of B, then it will display the values like this. Okay, 9 comma 12 comma 15, like that. It will get printed after processing all the elements from the list A. Okay, so I into 3. So what is the I value initially? 3. 3 into 3, 9. Next to 3, 4 into 3, 12. 5 into 3, 15. Like that, the values will get appended, that is added from the end of the list. So now the list is initially empty. So that end of the list is what? 0. Nothing is there. So that 9, 12, 15 only the elements. Okay. Similarly, other comprehensions can be expanded. Okay. Extended. Okay, next is print. If you are printing B after appending B, no, with the I star 3, if you are printing B, the value will be same like what we have got for this example. Okay, so both are equivalent only. So let's create a list for even numbers belonging to S list. So in S, no, we have got some values. See here, in yes, we have got some values. From this, we need to get only the even numbers. So 0, 4, 16, 36, 64 only even numbers here. Okay, so for finding out even number, what we need to do? We need to divide the number by 2 and we should get 0. Okay, so let's create a list of even numbers belonging to list S. So new list we want to create, because see, we want to get the even numbers now, so that we are having a list name as C now, but we are going to extract the values from list S. Okay, so I for I in I, just you write I. Okay, I for I in S. I in S means what? Index value, starting value. From starting value of this S, it will be taking. So 0 first it will take. So 0 by 2 will not be equivalent to 0. Okay, if this is true, it will be having I. This C will be having this I. If this is true, this I is going to be, first I is going to be assigned to C. That means first I is what? 0. Initially 0's index only, no. So 0th index in S is having the value 0. And next element it will go. It is not true. 0 by 2 will not be equivalent to 0. So, sorry, 0 by 2 will be equivalent to 0 only. No, 0 by 2 will be giving 0 only. So that will be assigned. Next, first element. Okay, first index 1. 1 by 2 will not be equivalent to 0. 4 by 2 will be equivalent to 0. Remainder will be 0. So that the 2 is going to be assigned here. So like that, if it will go up to this 91, 81. Okay, up to 81 it will be going. So after that, if you are printing C, what will be the C value? 0, 4, 16, 36 and 64. Like that, you will get the answer when you are doing this action. Okay, inside the square bracket you need to pass this comprehension. Okay, okay, this is also list comprehension. Next is fourth way of creating list is using built-in object. Built-in object means, so list opening and closing parenthesis. This is the name of the list. So we'll create an empty list. So list of opening and closing parenthesis, if you give, that will be creating an empty list only. Okay, so empty list will get printed. Okay, or else if you give L is equal to list of, this keyword we can use. List is a keyword here, so this keyword you can use it. So L is equal to list of within square bracket 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. If you are passing in parentheses, if you are printing L, then 1, 2, 3, 4 will get printed. So this way also we can, using built-in object, we can create the list. Okay. Next, a single new list is created every time you execute the square bracket. So whenever you execute this simple square bracket, a new list will get created. So we have created many different lists, each using square bracket, but if a list is assigned to another variable, a new list is not created. So example, we will see A is equal to B is equal to square bracket we have given. It creates one list mapped to both A and B. So only one list we can create, that can be referred by both A and B also. See here, 10, 20, 30 we have created as one list, that is assigned to B and A. If you are printing A and B, A comma B, so the same list will get displayed here for A and B. So that that means what? Using the square bracket, okay, you can assign to, you can create n number of lists. So A is one list, B is another list, but both are referring to same number of elements only. So here, if you assign an empty list to A, and that A if you assign to B, both are referring to now empty only. Okay, and now if you assign one example 1 2 3, you are assigning to A, B is equal to A you are giving. Okay, if you are printing A comma B, same list of elements only is getting printed. 1 2 3 1 2 3 is getting printed. Next topic is accessing an element of the list. That means how we can read the element from the list. So for accessing an element, we use index, and we have already seen examples doing so. To access an element of a list containing another list, we use a pair of index. This alone you need to remember here. Okay, we need to see the example for this. Okay, to access an element of a list containing another list. Okay, to access the element of a list containing another list, we use the pair of index. That means two square brackets we need to use after the list name. Okay, for that we will see example. So let's access elements of L5 list L5. Also sublist of list can be accessed using list slice. So if list is having another sublist, for example L5, if you see in the beginning we have seen L5, no? See, L5 is having a list inside that. So L5 is a list which is having another list inside. See here, another square bracket we have used. Inside that we have 6 7 8. No, if I want to access this 6 7 8 separately, I need to use two square bracket. That's why they have said two indexes. Two indexes means what? Two square bracket we need to use. Inside that we need to pass the value. Okay, index value. First square bracket, second square bracket inside we need to pass the value, index value. For that we will see example here. So what is list slice means? It's a extracting a subpart from the given part, given list. Okay, extracting sublist from the given list is known as list slice. Extracting some part alone. So slice operator works on list also. So that colon operator we have used, no, that like slice operator we can use in list also. We know that the slice of a list is a sublist. Okay, what is meant by slice? List sublist only is known as slice. Okay, from the list if you are obtaining only few elements, that is making a sublist of the given list. Yes or no? So we know that the slice of a list is its sublist. For creating a list slice, we use n colon m, that is inside the square bracket n colon m operator we will use. That is colon I said earlier. So n means starting index, m means ending index. So from which element to which element I want to extract as a new list, that I need to mention. Okay, for example, if I give print L5 of 0, this is accessing one single element. So 1 is printed. Print L5 of 2. 6, 7, 8 is getting printed. See here, L5 of 0. L5 of 0 is L5 of 1 is having number 2. Okay, L5 of 0 is having number 1. L5 of 2 is having another list, that is 6, 7, 8. So 6, 7, 8 is placed in index what? L5 is which index? 0, 1, 2. In second index of L5, this entire list, that is sublist, is placed. Okay. So what is the, how we can access the 6, 7, 8 fully? 6, 7, 8 fully, that is that full sublist is going to be accessed with the help of the index value. That is one single square bracket. We can use it for accessing that entire sublist. But inside that sublist, if I want to access 6, 7, 8 alone separately, I need to go for two square brackets. Okay, that examples we will see now. So L5 of 2, L5 of 0 is having number 1, L5 of 2 if you are giving, okay, it will be showing 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now that is as the third element of this list is a list. Third element of this L5 is what? 6, 7, 8. That is also one list only, no? So to access the value from this sublist, we will use two square brackets. For example, so this is located at L5 second index, no? 6, 7, 8 fully located at second index of L5. So that is placed as first index, first square bracket. Inside that we are placing this number. And from this list L5, we are accessing this sublist. So I want to extract only 6. So that what I can do, I need to indicate the starting index of this 6. Okay, what is the index of this 6? 0 only. And index of 7, 1. Then this is 2. So 0, 1, 2 are the indexes of 6, 7, 8. So that if you want to access 6 from this list L5, L5 is having this sublist. If I want to access this sublist from this list L5, I need to use two square brackets. So first square bracket is indicating the sublist location. Okay, the 678 entire list location we are mentioning as 2 here. Okay, and second value 0 for indicating number 6 and 2 for indicating number 8. And if I give 1, it will be displaying which number? 7. Okay. So this will return the part of the list from nth element to mth element, including the first element but excluding the last element. So mth element will not be included, nth, that is starting element will be included and end element will not get included. So the resultant list will have m minus n elements in the list. For example, if you are giving L1 of 1 colon 2, okay, 1 colon 2 means 1 colon 1. So only one element will get displayed. So it will not include the mth element. So m minus n elements. M is what? 2. 2 minus 1. How many elements will be there? 2 minus 1. Only one element will get displayed. Okay. So this is the slice operation. So if you are performing slice, this value is mentioned as n and this is mentioned as m. So m minus n elements only will get displayed if you are using this slice operator, that is colon. Okay. So n colon m. Here 1 colon 2. So 1 colon 2 will be extracting the value L1 of 1 alone. That is L1's, that is list L1, first index which element is placed. List L1, first index. See here, list L1, first index which element is placed? 2 only, no? This is L1 list. First index, 0th index, first index. First index, what is the element? 2. 2 alone will get printed. Okay. See, 2 alone will get printed here. Next is slices are treated as boundaries. Okay, so slices are here treated as boundaries and the result will contain all the elements between the boundaries. Okay, so from the starting location to ending location, which boundary or which limit we are giving up to that, before to that it is printing the values, that is only known as slices. Slices here are treated as boundaries and the result will contain all the elements between the boundaries. Its syntax is sequence is equal to LR start colon stop colon step, where start, stop, step all three are optional here. If you omit the first index, the slide starts from 0 and omitting of stop will take it to end. Okay, and step, default value of step is 1. Okay, for example, for list L2 containing Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai, if I give L2 of 0 colon 2, 0 and 1 alone, okay, will get printed. M minus n, 2 minus 0, 2. Only 2 elements will get printed starting from 0 and up to 1. Okay, it will not go to up to end. And next example, list is having number of elements 6. If I give start as 0, stop as 0 and stop is nothing, so it will be go up to end only. Okay, so if I not mention any stop value also, it will be going up to end only. Okay, and 2 means alternate elements is going to be printed, so that is step value will be 2. First if it is printing 10, then after the 2 steps it will be moved forward, then 30 will get printed, then 2 steps 50 will get printed, then 2 steps no element, so it is getting stopped. Okay, so only 10, 30, 50 will get printed because step value here we have given as 2. Okay, now see here, start, stop, step. Start is 0, nothing. Stop is also nothing. So if you are not giving, if you are omitting first index, slice starts from 0 only. So it is starting from 0 only, no? It is started from 0. And if you are omitting stop, it will take it to end. So here I have omitted a stop also. So if you omit stop, it will go up to 60. Okay, up to last element. And step value here mentioned as 2. So that alternate elements, that is 10 after, it will jump to next 2 elements, it will be jumping 30. Then 2 elements, 30 and 40, then 50. Then 50 and 60, next element, nothing is there. So in this list has ended. Okay. So now list 4 colon alone if you give. So it will be going up to end. Fourth index is what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth index is 50. So 4 and 5 alone will get printed. 50 and 60 alone will get printed. Okay, next example. List 0, that is starting value we didn't give. So 0, 1, 2. only 3 elements will get printed. 3 minus 0. If you are not if you are omitting first index, what will be happen? What will happen? 3 minus 0. So 3 minus 0 will be 3. Totally 3 elements are there. So from starting index 0, you have 10. Second index, that is first index, we have 20. Second index, we have 30. So 0, 1, 2 will have these elements in the given list. Now, if I am not giving first and second also, so it will be extracting all the elements from the list. Okay. So 0 to end. And list of minus 1 will give the last element. Okay. Minus 1, it refers to the last element of the list. So 60 is getting printed. Okay, we'll produce the list with every other element. Since lists are mutable, mutable means we can change the value in its place. It is often recommended to make a copy of it before performing operation that change a list. So if you want to change the list values, before you do changing of the values in the list, you just make a copy of the same list in another list. Okay. Afterwards, you can do any alterations in the list because the same list will get modified. Okay. So that in order to avoid the old list contents, you just make a copy of that list in some other list name. Okay. So next we will see the traversing list in the next video.